Oh my goodness. We are about to meet the most beloved member of the LSU community. He's right behind me, Mike the Tiger. We're also going to meet the folks who take care of him. And I am wearing the band tee to the concert. So how do you get that trust with him? How do you build that?
We take good care of him.
He was months old when he came to you, is that right?
He was about 11 months old when he came here.
And how old is he now?
He just turned 5.
He just turned 5. And what number, Mike, is he?
He's 7.
Hey, Mike, do you think that LSU is going to win on Saturday? All right, Ginger Gutner, head of communications for the LSU Veterinary School of Medicine. You are the voice of Mike the Tiger, essentially. So when you're posting as Mike, where do you go? Is it like method acting?
Sure, we'll go with that. It is kind of like, well, I mean, you have to, it's very uncomfortable for me in the beginning to like, because I know that I'm not a tiger and I know I have no idea how he feels about certain things. But we do conduct the whole thing from a first person point of view. And that is how people interact with Mike on social media.
So in crafting that voice, what did you come up with? What is your guiding principle every time you post?
Well, he's a cat, so I just make him a little sarcastic and sometimes a little silly.
So taking care of him, what does that entail?
Well, every morning my students check the whole yard, make sure there's nothing unsafe in it. And then if everything looks good, they turn him out for the day, and he's out during the day. And then he's brought in at night where he's fed. If he doesn't come in at night, then he stays out for the night. They don't eat every day, so he's not really hungry every day. But sometimes there'll be something interesting going on, maybe a basketball game or a track meet, or the weather's really nice and he just is not hungry, so he stays out.
So I have a few quick questions for you, Ginger. A game called Which Mike is More Famous? So do you think that Mike the Tiger or Michael Jordan is more famous?
Well, it depends on what sport you like. But I like to think that our Mike is more famous than all the other Mikes.
So have you been the head doctor here with Mike all through his time?
Yes, I've been doing this for 25 years, so I started with Mike 6.
So you've had 3 Mikes now. What are the differences in their personalities?
Yeah, they're all very different. Mike 6 was probably the most interactive. This one's very interactive, a little more aggressive, so we have to be more careful with him. Mike 5 was a little more stoic, but a really good tiger. Pretty easy to work with.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
He was in a movie with a tiger, but not this tiger. So again, I'm going to go with my tiger.
He is just magnificent. I mean, you look at him, I've never been this close to a wild animal before. What is something about tigers or about this particular one, about this guy Mike, that you think might surprise people?
Well, the tiger is the most illustrated animal in all of art history. It's really an iconic species. So a lot of people seem to be interested in tigers. They are fascinating animals. They're very similar to house cats in many ways, physiologically, behaviorally. They're just a whole lot bigger.
Michael Keaton.
That's going way back, so it would depend on how old you are. And I'm still going to go with Mike.
Michael B. Jordan.
Well, there again, you're going to go generationally, so it's going to depend on if you like movies or if you like tigers.
But the tiger was always here, so.
Right.
So it's Mike.
It's always Mike the Tiger.
Is there anything else we need to know about this beautiful creature?
Well, you know, it's an 80-plus year tradition and history, so there's a lot to know. There's a lot we could talk about. He means a lot to the LSU community. He's more than a symbol, but he does symbolize everything good that people remember about their time at LSU, and that's a very powerfully emotive symbol. We also think that having a live tiger here on campus allows people to see and hear and smell these animals, and so just the reality of what a tiger is, the value of the tiger, the seriousness of endangerment, we think those things make the LSU community better global citizens and more cognizant of conservation issues, whether it's tigers or endangered plants, just better global citizens. And so we think there's value in that.
So, Ginger, we have a very serious matter to discuss. There are a lot of tiger imposters out there. You've got the Clemson Tigers. The Auburn Tigers are visiting this weekend. LSU is the only school with a real tiger. Why do you think these schools believe that they can even hold a candle to Mike?
Well, I think it's always important to have goals.
He's aspirational,
Absolutely.
but he's the real Tiger.
As you said, he's the only live Tiger living on a college campus in the United States.
So LSU is the best.
Absolutely.
Dr. David Baker, thank you so much for your time. Mike seems like a very lucky Tiger to have you helping him out over here.
Well, we've got the whole School of Veterinary Medicine taking care of Mike, so that's a lot of good people.
Hi, buddy. It is quite a feeling when you come up behind me. Oh my goodness.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.